Yeah, so if you can't get it out, get you a screwdriver. It's probably way easier. Hook that all up. What's up, guys? Kit Bash here, bringing you a tutorial video. I wanted to show you guys the modification I made to this Ghost Rider. I customized this figure a while ago, probably like a year or two ago, and I recently wanted to glue these chains down so they were like more static pieces. Not on the torso, but just in the corner right here. Well, the glue that I use is like a really thin glue, so I guess it seeped between the crack in the torso and the shoulder here. It seeped between there, and it glued this arm joint down. And I tried to heat it up and move it around, but it just ended up twisting the joint out. I'll put a picture of what that looked like right now. Ended up twisting the joint out, and I was kind of pissed off because this figure's kind of hard to get from what I remember, and I just didn't feel like tracking it down. So I hit up a couple people that I knew who had fodder, and they didn't have a body. I really only needed the torso. I didn't even need the collar, the head, or anything, but no one had it. No one had a Nor or anything that I could use, so I was kind of left to my own devices. I took it upon myself to crack the torso. So I cracked the upper torso, and you want to be extremely careful when you do this because the plastic is really thin on this torso. I popped this arm out with a joint that was in there, popped it out, and I swapped it with a donor piece like this. If I can get this to focus. It may not focus, but I swapped it with this donor piece like this mushroom peg here. And I put it on my Instagram earlier, and I just wanted to show you guys how I did it. We'll talk you through how I did it because I'm not going to be able to. I'm going to show you because I'm going to cut these up. But it's really simple. Once you know like what you're doing, not to say I knew what I was doing when I did it, but I just gave it a shot. I figured, I mean, it couldn't get any worse. It was already broke, so I gave it a shot. But I'm going to heat this up. I'm going to heat this up. I'm going to heat these two things up. These two right here. And I'm going to show you what I did. Give me 1 second. So with the power of editing, I am back. And these pieces are malleable right now. They're pretty soft. I don't know why it won't focus, but pretty much you take your X-Acto. And I'm going to try to be as careful as I can because I can't put this on the table. So you get this, get this nice and malleable. You go between this hard plastic and this upper joint here. There's a peg that's in this soft plastic that's running between this hard piece. So you pretty much take this in there, and I'm gonna do it right now. I'm gonna try to be as careful as I can. You get this in there, and you'll feel it. It'll tug on there. And don't worry about cutting the plastic. This is a donor piece, so don't worry about cutting the plastic up. But you're pretty much gonna, and please, this is cringy right here. Pull it up once I cut it down. But you get that X-Acto in there just like that, and you just wiggle it around. You'll feel when it gets free. I don't have the right setup to tilt my camera, so give me 1 second. This is all a work in progress for me. So you just go down with a few cuts like that. I usually just cut this whole piece off. Let me show you that. I usually just cut this whole piece off because I don't need it. So I'll go down like that all the way, and then I'll make another one right here just to show you what I'm doing. Let me make one more cut. This is some crazy stuff right here. Yeah, when I do these types of mods and stuff, I don't really plan them out. I just do it based on stuff I've seen already, and I've seen people do this. People do this when they do customs. They'll cut the stuff out and they'll cut this joint out and everything. So yeah, I got it pretty much out. But you can see that joint. That joint's not part of that plastic, so it'll just, if I can do it, I think this cooled down. Yeah, so that pops out just like that. So you got that ring right there. This is the piece of plastic you have to cut through. That little nub is what's holding this in there. So once you cut that out, you got your spare piece. And you do the same thing to this one. So you want to heat this up. And this is the part you're swapping into. So you don't want to mess this up like I did this one. You want to cut this one out cleaner, which I'll do right now. So you do the same thing. You take that X-Acto between that plastic, but you want to be more careful with this one. And like I said, it's really simple. Once you get it, once you do it once, like I said, I'll give it a shot on some donor pieces, which is what I did, which I never do, which is crazy. But yeah, I gave it a shot on some donor pieces and it worked out. I think I cut it. But yeah, see, I didn't chop this one up. It's fine. That piece is in there broken. The plastic's cut. So once you heat this part up, once you heat this soft plastic up, you'll be able to pull this out. Let me do that. Give me 1 second. But yeah, this is malleable. Then now this is soft. And it'll take some working to get it out. But this is the time you can go in and check to make sure you got all, like you see that, you'll get a little cut like that. Wow, that's dark as shit. Yeah, you'll get this X-Acto, you see it's all the way seated in there. So I know I cut that plastic. And if I feel like I didn't, I could just go down some more. But be careful. Like I would recommend doing this on the table. Like you can see, I recommend doing it like that, but don't go too far. You'll get a little cut at the top like that. There's a little slit right there, but that's at the top of the arm. And like I did it on this one, on the Ghost Rider, and you can't really tell. So get that cut out. And like I said, you just want to wiggle this, or if you can, I don't have a screwdriver. Of course I don't have a screwdriver. I never have what I need when I need it. But you get the screwdriver in there. I'm gonna use my nail. See, that's cut. You can see in there. Oh, can I get in there? Yeah, see that? If you can see in there, that's not focused at all. I'm using an iPhone and the focus, it doesn't want to autofocus for some reason. But yeah, you get in there and that peg is cut. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, that peg is cut. So you can wiggle this, joint out. Let me heat it up one more time. I'm back soft again, just a little bit. But yeah, you take this. This is way easier when it's not on camera, trust me. I did that I did the Ghost Rider in like 3 minutes. You get in there. See, now I got this wide open. That's how I know it's cut too. You get in there. I keep saying that. Damn, I can't get it. Hold on, let me get a screwdriver. Give me 1 more second. Yeah, get you a screwdriver. It'll probably be a little bit easier. And then you see it right there. So that's what you're looking for. Once that happens, you can pop this swivel out. A little more elbow grease, probably a screwdriver again. But that's the peg. This peg is just running in here like I showed you on the other one too. That's the only thing that holds it. So you pop this out. This will be pretty good too if you got want to swap joints for a joint rub. You pop that out, and then while that's open, you can pop this one in. And then you got a swap joint. You got a swapped upper joint. Now, you don't have to worry about gluing this because it's in the shoulder. And once this cools down, it'll be hard enough to where it won't come out. Like this one, I didn't glue this one. This one, let me focus on it. I didn't glue this one in. The swivel, that green swivel with him is blue. I didn't glue it in and it was bigger. The swivel I used on him was bigger than this. This is just from Iron Fist to a Bucky cap, so that's smaller. But the swivel I used on him, it's not glued in. I wouldn't recommend it. I mean, you could do it, but it'll probably be a little tricky because of where it is. But you could glue that in or however you want to do it, honestly. So now I can put this arm on, what mode is that? Spider-Man, Pizza Spidey mode? This arm will fit on the Pizza Spidey mode because those molds these arm pegs are different. Now it wants to autofocus. These arm pegs are different, as you can see. This one's more like a plug-in. This is more like a mushroom. This plug-in is more mushroom. But you swap those however you want to do it. Whichever way you want to swap them. And that is what I did. I really hope this conveyed how I wanted to explain it, if that makes sense. It's really, really simple. You can do the same process. You don't have to chop this up. I just prefer to chop this up because it makes it easier to get that donor joint out. And I don't think I'm gonna be using this anything. I mean, if anything, I can just swap the upper bicep. It's not that big of a deal to me. But yeah, this is what I did for this one. And it worked like a charm. The articulation's there. For this one though, the joint was this mushroom was glued in the torso because of the glue, of course. So I had to pop it out and then Dremel a bigger channel because the joint that I used was from the Secret Wars Cap figure. Yeah, I used the Secret Wars Cap figure, and the joint was just a little bit bigger than the regular joint. So it's like I said, a really straightforward thing. Just cut this out, swap it, and you can swap it back however you want to do it. Like say you wanted to paint this black and you don't want to worry about sanding this joint, you could just find a black one and do the same process. Even if it's the same arm, just swap it to a black one and you just have to sand this, and you wouldn't have to worry about the joint. You wouldn't have to worry about sanding that joint. Just an extra step. I've seen a lot of pro customizers, but I've seen a lot of top customizers do it, and it makes a difference. It's not something I do because I just try to find the same body. Wow, this is all crooked right now. I guess I've been going too long. But yeah, I've seen a lot of pro customizers do it, and it just makes that much of a difference. And then, like I said, if you wanted to, you can go with a bigger mushroom too. So however you want to do it. I was going to do this one. I was supposed to do this one, but I didn't see it. But yeah, that joint is swapped now. This is cooled down. I'm going to tug on this. It's not going to come out. It's in there like I'm pulling on it. Best I can. I don't have nails, so I'm pulling on it. It's not coming out. That joint's in there. That's officially swapped. You can swap it back. You can swap another color, however you want to do it. But that's what I did to this figure. So if you're from Instagram and you wanted to know how I did it, hopefully that helped you. I hope it did. I really tried to be straightforward, and I really tried to explain it step by step and show you. So you're gonna need the X-Acto and a screwdriver to get that plastic, to get this open. Flathead screwdriver to get this open. So you pry it when it's warm. You want to get this warm. Hot water. I use a blow dryer. Hot water, heat gun, however you want to do it. Pry this open. Pop this out. Pop the green joint out. You can pop the blue one back in. You can do red, orange, whatever color suits your fancy. You can do it that way. Like I said, this is really simple, at least for me. If you're new to customizing, it might be daunting. It might be something you don't want to try, and that's fine. But the best way to learn things, at least for me, is to just try it first. But yeah, so custom Ghost Rider, I broke my joint, and I wasn't going to settle for having a broke figure, so I took it upon myself to fix it. Really hope this helped you guys. I hope you guys learned something from it. I hope you try this. I hope you fail at it just so you can see what that's like, so you can succeed at it one more time. But yeah, check out my Instagram. If you're new here, consider subscribing. I know I don't upload as much, but I want to start. I just don't have, when I don't upload, it's because I don't have customs, but I'm going to start doing tutorials like this. So, because I do customs a lot, but not as often as I do modifications to things. So I'm going to start documenting those and uploading those. So yeah, subscribe if you haven't. Check out my Instagram. All the links, I'll put the Instagram on the bottom of the screen so you can search it. I'll link it. Go to my Facebook page, like that if you want. I post there too occasionally. I post mostly on my Instagram, so check out my Instagram. Thank you for watching. Hope you learned something. I'm out.